Because the movie you're making me watch today is Billy Wilder's 1950 grandiose epic movie, Sunset Boulevard. That's my word, grandiose.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. I thought about it for a while. 1950. Schwartz, you made us watch this movie. What's your word?
I'm going to say obsessive.
Hake?
Just go to classic. It's a pretty broad term, but it's classic.
All right. I thought about that word, and it is. It's total classic Hollywood. And
this is probably one of the top 3 or 4 movies I've ever seen from like that time, that era. Like of people saying that that's like the golden age of Hollywood, and watching a movie that much later, being born that much later, it goes up there with Harold and Maude as like literally one of the best movies I've ever watched that I didn't really know about. You know, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but at the end, the ending line, I didn't know that that's the movie that came from. I'm ready for my close up, Mr. Deville, or whatever. I don't think that's exactly how she said it, but
close enough.
Close enough.
And Billy Wilder, the director, man, he's after watching this, I have to really dive into his filmography because he's considered one of like the best directors of all time. He's the first director to ever win 3 Oscars for the same movie, which is screenplay, director, and picture for The Apartment, which is pretty cool.
The Apartment?
It was The Apartment? Really? I didn't realize that.
Never heard of it.
He's good. I've seen it. That good. I think I've seen that. That or The Lost Weekend. I get those two mixed up.
That's the one that's about alcoholism.
Okay.
Are you saying that just because I chugged a glass of wine?
No, it's actually the first movie ever really to depict like an alcoholic on the screen, actually, in a way of like personal.
What was the Jack Lemmon? I know Jack Lemmon was in Some Like It Hot, which was a
Jack Lemmon's in Some Like It Hot and The Apartment.
The Apartment, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I've seen both. It's been a while since I've watched those, but I kind of went on like a Billy Wilder kick, like I don't know, like 20, not 20 years ago, like 10 years ago.
Other Billy Wilder movies.
I can name the ones I've seen, which are just Sunset Boulevard and Some Like It Hot. Those are the ones I've seen. But I want to see The Apartment. I want to see Double Indemnity, and I want to see Stay Lag 17 real bad. I heard those are really great films.
Yeah, so I'm curious about Double Indemnity.
I've seen Double Indemnity. I've seen Double Indemnity in film school. We watched Double Indemnity.
Okay,
yeah. It's a good movie.
I watched this in film school, so that's kind of put me on the Billy Wilder kick. I think I watched this and Some Like It Hot, and then I think
that was one of my mom's favorite movies. So I watched that.
I love Some Like It Hot. That's a really good
great.
one.
Isn't Madonna
it's a really good idea for a movie. It's a really clever idea for a movie, and it's got great actors.
Yeah, Jack Lemmon and Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe. I said Madonna.
Yeah. Oh, and 70-Year Itch. That was another Billy Wilder that had Marilyn Monroe. I think I saw that one.
The dude
Marilyn Monroe. Whatever happened to her?
I know.
The dude's got 84 screenwriting credits, which is pretty fucking crazy.
Did he write this screenplay?
Wow.
He did, yes.
Co-wrote.
He won an Oscar for this screenplay.
I think he co-wrote this movie.
I think the dialogue in this movie is amazing.
Yeah. Well, the movie itself is awesome just because it's one of the first movies made about Hollywood that was made inside of Hollywood. Like Billy Wilder was like a golden boy before this. And then when he made it, it pissed a lot of people off because it really touched on things that they didn't want people to know about, with the whole like writers not getting their due and like plagiarism and actors being part of the studio system. Like this is during the end of when the studio system with actors like went away. But I mean, the movie's awesome. The guy, a screenwriter fleeing, getting his car repossessed, drives into an old fucking mansion, and the woman's just this old movie star who becomes obsessed with him, and they form a friendship. That's just a fucking great story.
It kept me intrigued the entire time, from beginning to end. When he turned in there, I was like, "Oh, this is interesting. I wonder what like the history is on this mansion." I thought they were going to go back and explain where this mansion came from, but no. Somebody lived there still, and then he was pulled in. Yeah, I thought it was great.
Well, also, I love the fact that he's dead telling the story. That's pretty fucking awesome too.
Yeah, I forgot about that right away until like the very end.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first movies.
They do a good job with that. Like that. Yeah, they do a good job with making you almost forget the first scene.
Yeah,
and then like how they came back, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're dead the whole time.
And the narration too. Like narration in movies can be too much sometimes. Like there's only a few movies like the Scorsese movies like Goodfellas and Casino where it really fucking works. And this is one of those movies to where, yeah, it really, really works well. Like it's definitely necessary for this movie.
Yeah.
You can't say that a lot about movies.
That classic noir vibe to it for sure. Just that that's what it really is. Just like someone in distress, that like narration the whole time throughout.
Yeah,
and the music had the noir vibe to it. Just everything. It was a film noir. It's almost like
femme fatale.
Perfect example. Yeah, it's almost the exact example or perfect example for like a film noir. Other than like it wasn't like a detective movie.
Yeah,
but
no detective. That's the only thing it's missing.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's almost like he's the detective because he's like writing this script and finding out all about her as he's doing it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. And it had the number seven movie quote of all time, voted by the AFI.
Oh, is that
we're gonna need a bigger boat?
I wonder if that's above that. That's gotta be above.
That's gotta be above it.
I mean, that's probably number one. Or maybe I'll Be Back. That's another great Billy Wilder quote.
Never heard Billy Wilder.
Yeah, Billy Wilder, also known as James Cameron.
Are you looking it up, Jake?
I'm not. No, I was just looking at glancing at my notes. I was gonna say I liked the fact like this is I feel like probably an early example of like movies being meta.
Oh yeah,
another word.
I think this is the first example of that by such a big director. Like Hollywood was pissed at him. He had Cecil B. DeMille and Buster Keaton in this movie as extras or as side pieces, and those are two of
they played themselves.
Yeah. But it's saying like they're the two of the biggest silent film stars of all time, and he just got them to be in this fucking movie. That's pretty great.
Right, and like just the fact like the woman, I'm blanking on her character name. I think Gloria Swanson is
Gloria
the actress.
Swanson. Yeah.
Gloria Swanson's the actress. Yeah.
Yeah, like her. The fact that
Norma Desmond.
Thank you. Like she basically played herself in a way. Like this was like years after she's done anything. And she was a silent film star. Like it was just at all, and just the fact that Cecil B. DeMille was in it. They were on movie sets. It felt like I don't know. It almost felt like The Player at times, or like La La Land. Even like if we want to bring up more modern.
It did. It reminded me of working on shows where we were on set. That's what it reminded me of. In fact, on their Paramount set in the office that they were working, like that he would go late night and write with her in, the 22-year-old hottie. I'm pretty sure I know like the building that office was shot in the Paramount studio. Nice.
That's
just
cool.
Because it's just
that's really cool.
They're just iconic sets when you see them in real life.
That speaking of being on set, that scene when she goes to set and the guy shines the light on her and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's her! Oh my god, it's her!" That was one of the coolest scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, I read that was a real set. That was Cecil B. DeMille's. He was really shooting a movie. I don't know what movie it was, but that was like a real set that they were like, "Oh, well, we could just shoot this in here because it's real."
That's cool.
What was the dude's? Dope. What was the grip's name that shined light? His name was like Rat.
It's like Roggy or something. She's like, "Roggy, it's Mrs. Swanson, it's me." And she's like, "Hello." No, it was like Eggert or Eber. What the fuck was it? I gotta find it now.
No, like his name was like Rockhole or something. He had like a nickname.
It was like Eggert or something.
Egger suit.
Oh, that was great. That was pretty awesome.
She was nominated for Best Actress, Gloria Swanson, for this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, did she win?
No, none of the actors won. But I read that all four of them, like the main character, the butler, and the two female leads, they were all four of them were nominated. It was like one of the first movies to have all four categories get nominations. None of them won. I think it only won Best Screenplay and then like Set Design or something like that.
It won screenplay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I think set design was probably the other one, or something like that. It was the art, maybe art direction.
Well, another one of my favorite elements of this movie is the fact that her fucking butler was the dude who found her and then directed her in all those movies, and the fact that like once their careers ended, he couldn't be away from her, so he just became her fucking butler. That's so dope.
Like her first husband, right? Max.
And now he's watching her fucking diddle this 25-year-old dude. You know what I'm saying?
And he's writing her love letters.
I mean, let's say 35.
It looked like he was in his 40s.
It's black and white, man. Who knows?
Hard to say.
Guy was 17 years old.
It's hard to say in 1950.
Mac's kind of a little bitch for her.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the point of this movie was, like, in my opinion, like, it's a movie about making a great movie. Like, it's a great director working at a high caliber, making a great movie, and that's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? It's like, it's about making a great movie, and that's pretty fun. Like, that's just a cool story. Like, that's what La La Land, I feel like, is too. It's like, it's him just making a musical based on all of the shit that he loved as a kid, and it's just about, like, making it. Like, I feel like Billy Wilder is probably one of Damien Chazelle's, like, idols, and I'm sure he fucking has a lot of respect for this dude. It just seems like this is the type of movie he likes to make, like, in this era.
Oh yeah, this was like definitely like one of those love letter to Hollywood type movies.
Is it the first one? It kind of like, I got like Tarantino's, what was his latest, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood vibes.
Oh yeah. I thought that too.
The swimming pool. I don't know why. I was like, that's what the swimming pool just kind of reminded me of it. The big house and being on set, the way they treated each other.
For sure. Yeah, I like a good movie about movies. So they're always fun to watch. Yeah, especially from the fact like we all work in the industry and shit too. It's like interesting to see that side of it. Whether or not how realistic it is. You do.
Directed Waterworld. Redux.
Yeah, Waterworld, Congo, and Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Yeah. I mean, I directed
that was the best one, dude.
All Anthony Islami.
I almost married that deaf girl
right there.
Yeah, you directed the second best Speed movie, dude.
Thanks, man. Something. Speed 3 sucked.
Is there a Speed 3?
Speed 3.
My joke. There's a Speed 3.
Good, I like it.
I also directed it, and it was terrible.
Speed 2 was better.
So Jake, I know you're
back on the bus.
You love dramatic movies and the whole dramedy aspect of it. Like, I feel like this is probably one of the first dramedies ever too, in a way. Like, Billy Wilder went on to direct a lot of great comedies, but this had a lot of comedic moments that I feel like really hit people. If you're an older person or even a person who's like got something that they've given up in life because they got too old for it, you know, I feel like this is one of those big ones.
Oh yeah, that's why I like Billy Wilder. Like, I think he's was an early example of like the dark comedy. Yeah, because like all the movies we talked about before, like Some Like It Hot, The Apartment, they're all like they're all funny, but they're all also about like fucked up stuff.
Was this his first, second, third movie?
No, this was his first movie after Double Indemnity. That Double Indemnity kind of made him a big director. He was already a huge screenwriter, but Double Indemnity made him a big director, and then he made that movie where he won his Oscar.
I feel like they used the same house in Double Indemnity.
He wrote 84 movies and directed 26 movies.
Okay.
But he won 6 Oscars, which is pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, this was like at least he was 10 movies maybe before this.
I think first movie was
first movie was 1934. Was Bad
this is like his 6th or 7th movie.
Yeah. Like he was definitely
7th movie.
He was definitely 10 years into his career easily.
This was one of the movies that really cemented him, though, as like an auteur and one of the greats. And then he went on to make a couple, I think 3 or 4 more pretty great films.
Now, there's a few movies in between because he had Double Indemnity. I don't know how to say that word. My
Indemnity.
Bad. Indemnity. And 44. Thing. The Lost Weekend was 45. This wasn't.
That's where he won his first Oscar too. It was Lost Weekend.
Okay, yeah, this wasn't until 1950. He had The Foreign Affair and The Emperor Waltz in between these movies. And then, 70 Year Itch was 55. That was a good one. That's like that classic, like Marilyn Monroe getting like her skirt blown up, like on the wearing a white dress. That's from 70 Year Itch.
Yeah.
And then Some Like It Hot. That's another.
So that was the second movie with Monroe.
Yeah, that's another hot Marilyn Monroe movie. Marilyn Monroe looks hot in these movies.
Oh yeah. Some Like It Hot's a great movie.
Oh yeah. She's like the Sharon Stone of the 50s, callback to our other episode.
I'm surprised they haven't remade Some Like It Hot. Have they?
They made the Birdcage.
I'm not sure.
That's a remake, though.
Did they remake this?
The Birdcage with Robin Williams and
Robin Williams.
What's his name?
I didn't know
it was a remake. 90%.
Did they ever remake Sunset Boulevard? For some reason, like my parents were telling me they did, but I don't know.
I actually think it's a movie that they could remake, and it could still be as good as this one for like a younger generation. I think if you took the script and like did it almost exactly the same way, it could still be just as good if it was remade.
Give it to like a Fincher.
Has Billy Wilder movie?
You know
ever
why
been remade?
too?
I don't know.
Not
that I'm aware of.
The thing about his movies too, if you look at them, like I watched a couple like videos on his like directing ways. Like he's not like a really outgoing kind of director. Like he doesn't go for sprawling, sweeping shots. He doesn't try to like move the camera so much that it tries to be clever with it. He bases it all around the script, which is usually what is the strongest part of his story. Movies. Yeah,
which it is. That's probably the best thing about it. Other than
yep.
the
she was amazing.
Wasn't terrible. It was good. It was
no,
good.
It's just not what when you think about Billy Wilder movies, the first thing you don't think of is camera work. It's the acting and the characters and the writing and the gravity of everything. And I love the
black and white
she was
looked so good in its heyday.
Oh yeah.
Looked so good.
He was amazing too as that character, man.
Who Desmond, what's her name?
Norma Desmond. She was great.
She was pretty great. She was excessive. Yeah. Never date an actress.
I know. I think
that's all I learned from this.
I thought that during this movie.
Actress.
I'm like,
I knew that
actors
before.
Are so fucking crazy.
This one cemented it.
Oh yeah.
I think my favorite scene has got to be the New Year's Eve scene when she has the party and it's just those two. That was fucking insane.
Right. What's up with the band? The band just never stopped playing.
Nah, dude, she just probably paid him mad money to play.
And then
dude.
They couldn't. It's like fucking Titanic in her house. They couldn't when he came in and he was all when she killed her or she tried to kill herself, and he was like, "Don't, you can't, like the band can't see you that you're upset." They just had to keep the vibe going.
That was one of the. I feel like that's just one of her like idiosyncrasies. Like the things that just make her fucking insane is that she wanted the band to just always be playing. Like that's wild.
That was wild, dude. She just went nuts.
I think
dude.
it's great. But I'll go back and I'll say it again.
Talkies and she went crazy.
I really do think that this is one of the best movies I've ever seen that I've never seen before. Like when I watched this for the first time during quarantine a couple months ago, I was just like, damn, like. This is a fucking great movie. Like this is definitely one of my top 50 movies of all time for sure.
I wasn't upset by it. It kept my interest.
I mean, I liked it way better than Citizen Kane. I thought it trampled Citizen Kane.
Oh yeah, same. Like I was thinking it was funny that we're basically these are the back-to-back podcasts and we did Citizen Kane, then this movie, like old classics, and I was like, damn, I don't know if I was like ready to hop into this one.
Casablanca next.
I know, right?
Citizen Kane is our oldest movie. This is our second oldest movie. No, I have not seen Casablanca.
I haven't either.
Yeah, so far we've done.
I don't think we should watch it next. Let's not watch it next. Let's wait a few times. I'll watch it.
Let's not watch it at all. Let's never fucking watch it. How about that?
We don't need to. Maybe later.
You know what I want to watch? Lawrence of Arabia.
Ooh. That's really great. I bought it in quarantine. I own it.
I don't think isn't it like 4 hours long?
I don't think you would like it, Anthony. I think you would just be fucking bored.
It's my dad's favorite movie of all time.
But back then, that's Spielberg's movie of all time too. And back then, when the movie was made, it was something no one ever saw before. Like Steven Spielberg was like, "Yo, I saw this movie, and I realized that like movies could be epic," and that's what made me get into movies. And it is an epic movie, but I feel like it's one of those things that like it's like Star Wars. If you saw it back then, it changed your life. But now it's not. It's no. There Will Be Blood. Let's put it that way. It's no Country. The kind of movies that like make us go, holy shit, like Pulp Fiction, There Will Be Blood, No Country, shit like that. We're just like, oh fuck. It's not gonna do that to you.
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
I think I tried to watch Lawrence of Arabia when I was in like high school.
It's hard. I got through it.
Classic movies.
It's hard.
I just remember
I think it was
that
the same deal. Like
my dad had it. This is one of his favorite movies, and it was on 2 VHSs.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Like Titanic.
Or The Godfather.
Just one of the Godfathers on. Is it that long?
2 tapes, yeah.
Jesus.
No, I think it's the 1 and 2. So when they released the 2 movies back when they came out, they did like a cut to where they made them into 1 movie. Basically, they edited it together, and it was 2 tapes.
Because like each of them are over 3 hours.
No, I'd say the first Godfather is probably like 2 hours and 10 minutes, and the second one's probably like 2 hours and 30 minutes.
I would add an hour to each of those estimates, honestly.
Yeah. No way. No way.
I mean, I think Godfather 1 is 3 hours, and I think Godfather 2.
I
think Godfather 1
Jake, what's your guess?
All right, Godfather 1 running time 175.
Okay,
that's my guess.
175 minutes.
Yes, 175 minutes.
Okay.
Godfather 2.
Godfather 2 is definitely longer.
I will say.
Don't give me any hints, Schwartz.
201 minutes.
200 minutes?
Jake, Schwartz, what's your guesses?
I'm saying Godfather 1 is 135 minutes, and Godfather 2 is 150 minutes or 160 minutes.
160. Okay, copy you. Yeah. Looking it up.
Shout out to Francis Ford Coppola and Mario Puzo.
And the big cat.
Yeah.
And the big cat.
Godfather 1 runtime. Total runtime. 2 hours, 55 minutes, 175 minutes for the first one. Ooh, Jake nailed it. Nails it.
I realized it was that long.
You did it. We all realized that you were wrong as well, Schwartz. Godfather Part Two.
I said long, not wrong.
Yeah, well, both are right.
Well, yeah, it happens to be both.
It's true. I can't argue.
You were wrong. The movie was long.
There you go.
Godfather Part 2. 202 minutes.
I was off by 1 minute.
And 2 minutes. Yeah. Jake off
I guess I know my fucking movie runtime.
You're a fucking idiot savant, dude.
I wasn't even looking at anything, bro.
You're a goddamn idiot savant.
Yeah, I know useless. I know a lot of stupid things.
The Godfather trilogy, 1901 to 1980 VHS special edition. Part 2 was 220 minutes. They added 18 minutes of fucking bullshit. I'll tell you one thing. It's boring as is. You don't need 18 more minutes of boring.
They just did the reboot of the third one too. They re-edited it. He like added 10 minutes and like reconstructed it or something. I definitely gotta give that a watch.
I've heard it's better.
Dude, I like the third one. It's obviously not as good as the first or second one, but it's not that bad of a movie. Besides for Sofia Coppola. Sofia Coppola was fucking terrible. That's about it.
Her wine's good.
I remember being boring in some random meandering parts.
It had some good shit though, especially the end when Michael like regrets everything and like.
Oh, spoiler! Godfather spoilers. By the way, Schwartz lost that bet, so you owe Jake $85 now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll Venmo you.
Thank you. Just gotta unblock me.
Nah, maybe.
How could you?
If I have to unblock you, I can't do it. Anthony, what's your favorite scene of Sunset Boulevard?
52 minutes into Sunset Boulevard. I'm pretty sure the female character, I forget the younger girl's, the lady's name, woman, whatever. I'm pretty sure she was making lean. Am I wrong? You guys remember that? She came back and she was like, "It's like 4 parts vodka and I add 2 Tylenols in there." And I was like, "What the fuck is she doing?" And then he disappeared.
Oh, I don't know. I thought that was like a joke.
52. I don't know what the joke was, but I'm pretty sure she was making lean, and I'm pretty sure in 1950 that's the first time anyone's ever thought of lean. So another milestone for.
I've never heard
Hollywood.
Of lean. To be honest with you,
you don't know what lean is?
Lean's purple drink.
You know purple drink.
I understand what purple drink is referring to. Yes, I've never heard of it called lean.
Okay, that's
get with your fucking drug fucking
lean.
Words,
apparently, is like codeine heavy cough medicine.
Okay,
mixed with grape Kool-Aid, and I'm pretty sure some other alcohol.
Yeah, I just know it's like pills and alcohol. That's all. I'm a fucking weed guy. I've never done a lean.
I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure. The hottie in the movie was.
But yeah.
lean. And so at the end,
I didn't even think about it.
So why did he turn her away at the end? You know what I'm talking about?
Was it because I don't know? It was kind of his homie's girl, wasn't it?
That's okay, was that why?
That's what I took from it.
I think that was
he
kind
wasn't
of
into
part
her.
of it.
He wasn't into her, man. He knew what he wanted.
Just wasn't into her at all.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
Because I think she was all like in love with him. Like suddenly she fell in love with him, but I think he wasn't.
I think that was to like just show how like two people who do the same thing can be, one of them could be like obsessed with the other one, but not into him. Kind of like it was like with him and her. Really, he really wasn't into her, the old lady, either, but he just played because he got something out of it. I feel like he got something out of both relationships. He just played them both in their own way, you know.
I think he dug Max. Maybe he was into Max.
Dude, maybe
we never considered that.
Maybe him and the bald fuck were out there diddling each other under the stairs.
Yeah, maybe that was it. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I mean,
not at all. They didn't shoot that part.
I didn't even think about that. That's how dumb I am.
And that's another, like, maybe another little dig at Hollywood. Maybe that was like another low key dig at Hollywood.
Her name was Betty. That was a cold fucking move when he kicked her out.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
I was thinking he was trying to save her from the crazy lady. I was like, that's what because right after that, he was packing up and was leaving.
I think he was just kind of losing his shit too. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not totally sure of his full.
Either way, it's fine. That was a cold move when he was like, I'm just a fucking gigolo, so go fuck yourself, Betty. Finish your fucking script on your way to Peru or wherever she went.
Because when she going to go visit him,
when she fucking shoots him, I was like, this is amazing. I loved it.
Oh yeah, with her revolver. Not a revolver, by the way. I don't need to fucking nitpick.
Yeah, semantics,
just weaponry.
Womantics.
Just man shit.
Womantics. Dope.
I really thought any scene that had anything to do with her being a star, whether it be people seeing her or her recognizing someone else, whether it be like the guy at the gate who's like, she's like, yeah, I paid for all this, and without me, none of this would be here. And everybody's like, yeah, you're right, Mrs. whatever the fuck her name was, and it was just cool.
Crazy lady.
I don't think there's movie stars right now that have that kind of persona really anymore, because it's not really like it's not like that. Everyone's freelance, you know what I mean? There's definitely people who have a big celebrity that everybody knows, but I don't think like obsession like she has.
There was
like
a time where stars were not, where the actors were not stars. They were not celebrities. It was all about.
Well, they were owned by the fucking studios. They had to do everything they said.
They were owned by the studios, and the studios were the what was popular. Like the studio came out with this thing, not necessarily because of whatever. And then something changed. Wasn't it like Theta Bara came from like because of somebody, they made her super famous, and then she was like, I'm a star, you want to put me in the movies? And then
well, like, you know what really changed
George Clooney.
Well, what changed the industry was when like Coppola and Spielberg and Scorsese and De Palma and all those people came in the 70s, because that was after the studio system ended, and no one ever took people from film schools. I was the first generation from film schools that ever got in, and that's how they got in, because film schools were then had recognition of, oh, well, you can go to school for this now. So studios, when they weren't still in system, they're like, well, let's hire these fucking kids, and that's why they all did so well, is because they were all talented people who were coming in at a time to where that had never been done before. Like that shit was like revolutionary.
But before that, like in the Cecil B. DeMille times, there was there was a change from when stars or when actors became stars. Like Buster Keaton.
So the contracts weren't a thing anymore?
I don't know about the contracts weren't a thing, but it was like they took over the limelight. And I think it was Buster Keaton that came over and made United Artists with all the actors, and they made their own distribution company called United Artists, and that's what it was all the actors coming together over the studios.
Yep. Which is another great idea for a movie that no one's ever done. Someone should make a movie about that.
Buster Keaton. I think they did. It's called Jackass.
Another her performance was really great, and another performance that reminded me of it. So I was trying to think of another performance in a movie that came close to, and Edward Norton's performance in Birdman is pretty great and pretty close to it in my opinion. Like that's the only other performance that I can see comparing it with about someone who's like
the crazy lady.
Yeah, because they're both some people who are really good at what they do, and they have some sort of celebrity, and they're also really into themselves, but also kind of, I guess maybe a lot of ways they are alike, a lot of ways they're not, because the one way he's not alike with her is that he really doesn't care what people think of him, and she does. I think that's the only thing that is different. Otherwise, they just enjoy being who they are a lot, and they take it in like that. I think that's another performance I really love, though. I think Edward Norton should have won an Oscar.
I see what you're saying, but she's more blinded. She's more delusional than Edward Norton
but in a different way. Like she's like crazy, whereas he is so fucking smug and so fucking sure and pretentious, but it's the same thing, just a different type of
and also recognize still.
Yes,
I loved how Cecil B. DeMille handled her when she came, and the fact that it was like they were calling for her car, not because of her. And I loved how that whole thing, it was just actually very sad, the situation, but it was that's exactly how it would probably be handled, is total like behind the back, not tell the truth, just kind of, all right, cool, yeah, we'll see you later, and not have to deal with it right now. That's how fucking these scumbags deal with shit these days.
For sure. I agree. And the thing is about stars is, like, think about all the people that were like the biggest stars in like the 90s and early 2000s. Like a lot of them aren't like A-listers anymore, and vice versa. There's people who were A-listers and became B-listers and became A-listers again and now aren't, like Mickey Rourke, or even like fucking I don't know, like Cuba Gooding Jr. or even like Josh Hartnett, like people like that who make like great films and they kind of fall off and don't really do stuff, and then they can have a comeback, you know? And I feel like I don't feel like I know that because I read about it. This is the first movie that really talked about something like that and attacked Hollywood, which I guess Mank is totally kind of about the same type of thing too, just attacking Hollywood for being so fucked up. Yeah,
very similar vibes.
Cool. Yeah.
Or I'm Still Here with Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, yeah, that's just something off of its own. Like, that's something.
I mean, yes, that is making fun of Hollywood, but that's making fun of celebrity, and
it really was.
That was crazy. I
just
watched that like recently.
I heard him saying like it was almost a way for them to make fun of like reality TV in a way of like how people are living this portrayal of themselves. They're not really, that's not really who they are. So it's just like, I just did that for 2 years and recorded it and made a movie about it.
Yeah. But what's crazy about that is after he made that movie, after he made that documentary, he's made some of the best movies since then too. Like he's had like 5 or 6 amazing film roles. Like it's pretty crazy.
Oh, he's incredible.
Name 7.
I probably could.
I can name at least 4 or 5 because I think it's like 4 or 5.
Her,
The Master. You Won't Get That Far on Foot. Joker. Yeah, and Inherent Vice. Those were all pretty great roles.
There's another what's it called? Like it almost sounds like I'm Still Here, but it's like I was never
you were
really
never
there.
really here.
Yeah, I was never really there or something like that.
But that I don't compare that to those, but it's still a good movie.
Yeah, he's still good. But yeah, you're right. The true, like, especially like Don't Worry, You Won't Get Far on Foot. Like he fucking
The Master is definitely number 1.
He's great in that. He should have won an Oscar for
Joker.
All of those movies.
He was amazing in Joker.
Yeah,
he
was awesome finally won an Oscar for Joker. Yeah, he was incredible.
Did he fuck his aunt in The Master?
Yeah.
Yes, he told the story about that. Yeah.
Just saying.
You're right.
I mean, I'm sure I could remember other things from that movie.
Takes some acting, bro.
Yeah, that's great. That whole scene where they're just doing that interview and they're drinking the acid, like the battery acid, and smoking cigarettes. The way it's lit,
drinking like gasoline and shit.
That's so good. I'm so sad that Philip Seymour Hoffman's dead, dude. He's one of the best actors of all time.
Yeah, I remember I remember being super bummed when that guy passed.
Patch Adams.
Fucking heroin, dude.
Oh my god, he was so.
Is that how he died? Heroin?
Yeah,
he overdosed. Yeah.
Fuck. What an asshole.
Yeah.
No, it sucks.
I know. He
Heroin's
had like a kid
probably so good though.
Probably.
It's
You ever watched
probably amazing.
Trainspotting? You ever seen Trainspotting?
Yeah.
They make heroin sound so good until they show
Except when you watch the movie. When you watch the movie, you're just like, nah, I don't know.
Well, when they describe it, it sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like when
it's like fucking Molly. You Molly, and you're just like,
are you saying we should all try heroin or?
Maybe.
I was just kidding.
Talk about it off air. Talk about it off air.
I'll try anything once.
I'll bring the needles.
That's the scariest part to me is shooting up. Like, if I could drink it, I'm down. Let's do it.
You could probably drink Heron, dude. Hey,
fun fact,
bring it over. Put a little Heron in your Topo Chico there, so have a good night.
Oh, nice.
I mean, there's like liquid morphine. It's essentially the same shit, right?
I would 100% drink liquid morphine now.
I would 100% inject that into my pee hole.
That's hardcore. That's
what I do.
That's how you get AIDS.
Fastest way into the bloodstream.
Can't get AIDS twice.
Through the dick.
I try to inject it into the AIDS. You get higher that way.
Yep.
My favorite scene of the movie that we were talking about, which was Sunset Boulevard, not Eternal Sunset of the Spotless Mind, is the end. I thought the end was epic. Not epic, but it was just just seeing from her getting shot, from her shooting him to her really just her coming down the stairs and that whole thing and her husband just playing the role and just really kind of, I know they were kind of coaxing her down, but they were giving her one last little thing, one last little hurrah. She's just indulging her fantasies one more time before they lock her up because she's a psycho.
Yeah.
Mr. DeVille, I'm ready for my close-up. DeMille, not DeVille.
What about you, Jake? What's your favorite scene?
I'm always bad at picking a favorite scene.
Well, get better.
I liked his initial like meeting her and like getting there and figuring out like where he was, and up to like reading her screenplay when he just like kind of figured out like, oh, I can play this. I can use this to my advantage. Like that whole thing. Like once he like, even like up to him moving into the apartment above the garage and all that shit. Like I just liked how that all played out.
He is much more of a scoundrel than I think I realized.
It's similar to like it's one of those movies where no one's really likable. Like I never really liked the guy. He was just kind of like played, like I said, he just kind of played the hand he was dealt and just made the best of it.
Yeah.
He's a hustler in Hollywood, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do in this city.
Yeah. It's Hollywood, boy.
Hollywood, dude. I actually like her, as crazy as she fucking is. She's a likable character to me because I like people who are unlikable in movies. That's what makes movies interesting. Like that's why villains are so fucking interesting, because there's like there's always that like, yeah, they're morally incomprehensibly wrong, but at the same time, some of the things they talk about, like I guess I agree with.
Max might be likable.
I liked Max.
Max seemed like Betty. A good dude. He seemed a little off his rocker like everybody else, or especially like I like the chick, but
I like Betty's fiance.
Betty was all right. Except Betty was a little scandalous, you know what I'm saying? Like
she was a little scandalous, but I like that.
She was getting there. She was a writer, dude. She had to get the info. She had to live it. She has to get it.
Yeah. It's all very Hollywood, this movie.
Super Hollywood. I don't know. Wasn't what was Citizen Kane about again? No, it was about
paper.
The oil.
It was about writing
paper and a sled.
Stupid fucking movie.
Yeah, right. It's about a guy, some asshole
on his fucking toboggan.
Yeah.
Rosebud.
Yeah.
I remember that's a euphemism for butthole today.
Yeah. Again, spoiler. Citizen Kane. Rosebud was a sled. We just saved you 2 hours.
We just saved you 2 boring hours.
Yeah.
Here, you want to watch that movie? Get a time machine, go back to 1930, watch that movie, or whenever the fuck it was made.
41, but whatever.
Movie we watched.
Here's a better idea.
Oldest movie we watched.
Watch this movie instead of Citizen Kane, because this movie's actually pretty fucking good.
Yeah, if this was Doug Benson's "Watch This, Not That" segment, watch Sunset Boulevard, not Citizen Kane.
Yes.
All right. Well, Where do you guys rank it then? You got everything? You say everything you want to say about it, or
I
what?
said what I said.
Okay. Is it what you wanted to say?
I don't remember. I think so. I could look at notes real quick.
Yeah, look at your notes. Anthony,
yeah,
you know
what
you
do you
got
got?
something brewing over there, something underneath that mustache.
What's wrong with the stash, dude?
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just hilarious.
It's pretty great, right? I forget that it is hilarious because it is
You
hilarious.
look like a bald Serge Tankian.
I don't do that.
Yo, you do. You look like a bald Serge Tankian.
Yeah. I don't have any more. I think it was a good movie.
Yeah, definitely one of the best movies I've ever seen.
52 minutes into this movie, that bitch was making lean. That's all. That's like my main quote.
That's funny. Because when she said that, I thought it was just like a joke. She's like, so I found the recipe, blah, 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 cough syrup and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. I thought she was just making like a dumb party joke, but then I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that.
No, that's
they did
what
that,
Lil Jon drinks out of gas cans.
Yeah, scissor, right?
Scissor, yeah.
I've heard scissor as well.
Drink.
Scissor, purple drink, lean. I think they call it lean because it makes you lean.
Probably.
That makes sense. All right. I'm looking at my list. I'm picking a number.
I'm looking at it. I'm also looking. I think I got it.
I'm not going to look. I'm just going to guess. I'm just going to point at where. Well,
are you going to guess my number or your number?
Just kidding. Citizen Kane. Boy, I have Citizen Kane pretty high on here.
Yeah, I don't. Citizen Kane for me is 31 out of 41 movies. Yeah. So that's not great. This movie though, out of I think it'll be 42 movies. Out of 42 movies, this will be my number 12.
Wow. That's high. Now, do you say that don't we all kind of have a threshold of basically movies we don't give a shit about and then where our list actually counts?
Yeah.
Is that like 20-ish for you?
It's around 20 for me, I guess. It's I don't know. Yeah, like 20, 25. About 20. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Halfway, usually like a little more than halfway.
I feel like it's about 20 for me.
I still like I've said before, like I like most of the movies we've seen. There's only like a few actually genuinely bad movies that we've watched.
Okay, let's talk about those in a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna put mine at number 9. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, number 9. And where City of God is, and City of God will become number 10.
Number 9. I don't know how to unlock you from it, Schwartz.
Me neither. So just type it for me. Be a mensch.
Oh yeah. By the way, I'm gonna flip flop my Creep and my Jeff Who Lives at Home.
Doesn't surprise me. Big flip flopper.
Creep is gonna be 7. Jeff Who Lives at Home is gonna be 8. I know you guys don't like either of those movies. I love them both, but for some reason it didn't sit with me. Creep being above it, but now I feel better.
Creep's one of the worst movies.
It doesn't sit with me that movie's in your top 10 either.
Yeah,
you're kind of a weirdo.
Yeah. I agree.
Not a mensch. All right. Mine's going number 15.
All right.
Right above Monk. Right below Frighteners. I think I would rather watch Frighteners than this movie. But I like this movie a lot. It's in my top 20, and I consider my top 20. Maybe, actually, you know what? I'm going top 15. My top 15 are my favorite movies. Below my 15 or
just whatever.
The order matters, but I may never watch those movies again.
Yeah, I'd say 20 is where it probably starts for me.
Except for Cool Hand Luke.
Can you write in Sunset Boulevard there so it's there?
Oh my god.
Thanks and thank you.
I'm just doing it on my iPad, so I gotta do it. Here, I'll just do that. There you go.
Thanks.
I could also do mine later.
You want me to do yours? What's yours, Jake?
You don't have to. I could do mine.
Jake, where is it?
Number 12. I was gonna make Sunset Boulevard number 12.
Instead of Inside Man, you're pushing down Denzel, dude, in 2021 after Black Lives Matter. You're just gonna throw him down.
bumping them down a little bit.
Right.
Good movie, but this movie I found to be higher quality.
Yeah, whatever.
Both great movies. I think there were elements of Inside Man I just didn't like. I remember having that thought.
I don't like the British guy.
I didn't like Jodie Foster's parts of Inside Man. Yeah, I thought that storyline with her was pointless for most of the movie.
Bro, you're racist and sexist in like a minute.
No, I liked the Denzel stuff. Clive Owen was my favorite part. The straight white man was my favorite part. Okay, sorry, I'll say it here.
Son of a bitch.
Heard it here first.
I knew I saw you at the Capitol building.
Son of a bitch. You were that guy with the beard. You were that bearded idiot in the hoodie.
Any last words on Sunset Boulevard, 1950 Billy Wilder epic?
Great movie. Go watch other Billy Wilder movies like I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Billy Wilder's dope. I might check out rewatch some Billy Wilder or watch Double Indemnity. That's the one I don't think I've seen from him.
Incomplementity.
I think Double Indemnity is a clause in insurance that if you were to die on the work at your workplace, you get paid double your insurance.
Okay.
I believe that is what that movie is in reference to.
All right.
I haven't watched it since film school, so maybe I'll watch it again.
Go.
Film school. Like I went to film school. You know what I mean? Like went to a movie class.
Yeah. It was a school.
We watched movies. We talked about them.
Always good.
Schwartz, you should teach one of those classes.
No.
Movie watching class.
Oh, a movie watching class?
That'd be sweet.
Hey, watch this fucking movie, dude.
Hey, watch it. Let's talk about it.
Hey, you know what they say? When all else fails, teach.
Everybody get
Maybe I will. I will eventually. When my body goes out, I'll just be a community college teacher for like the film class.
That's what Shane said he wants to do too. He's just become a teacher.
Fun. Yeah. I remember going like community college. I had one of those teachers.
Yeah. Well, shout out to the big cat. Hope he's listening. He's probably not, but I hope he is.
Thanks, Danny Lira.
Just started following the Instagram page, Making Me Watch Movies, MMWM_podcast.
One day we'll get him to watch or listen.
Yeah. I just want to hear meow come out of his mouth.
Does he even do that?
No, but he should.
No, he should.
Why do we do? Because it's the big cat.
That was his nickname. I don't know his old nickname, or I don't know if he's the.
It's his old Instagram.
The big cat. Yeah, now it's Bodacious Drew.
Instagram handle.
Or AC.
We should just say
Bodacious or some shit. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know.
Well, anyway, watch Sunset Boulevard. It's great.
Watch sure.
Or don't.
Watch the movie. Or don't.
No, definitely watch it.
Yeah. Definitely watch it or don't.
Definitely watch it.
Either way is fine. That's what you're supposed to say, Jake.
Oh, no, I say I don't care.
Yeah, I say it.
Or whatever.
Either way is fine, but definitely watch it.
Whatever.